dear Chartered Accountants. I am Professor Jigar Joshi. On behalf of JK Shah Classes, would like to welcome you people. Today people, we are going to discuss revision test paper issued by ICAI for May 2023 attempt. So let us discuss people what questions they had provided us in the RTP. First, we always know people that there is always something we call it as a case study based questions, which is generally the multiple choice questions asked from the given case study. Let us try to discuss it. See this. Check and Cure is a diagnostic center that provides a various facility such as blood test, allergy test, MRI, CT scan, etc. and customized need-based packages to its client on a nominal charges. So we come to know people it's a one organization which provides the diagnostic services. Okay. Further, the center has total 15 labs set up spread people all over in Nagpur as well as in Pune. As a normal practices, the diagnostic samples of various clients formed a part of Check and Cure's data server, which is a company used to share with the government-aided agencies or organization at a regular interval for research and innovation purpose, keeping the people anonymity of its client. So it's very simple people, organization is sharing the data with government only. Till here everything is going very well. Further, in the recent past, the diagnostic center faced the cyber data theft wherein the vast quantities of sensitive personal information. Okay. So whenever the people's sensitive personal data information comes into the picture, the first section should immediately comes into your mind. That is what? Sir, whenever we are dealing with SPDI, sensitive personal data information, we have to protect this data. If there is a loss of this data, person will be punished under section 43A, failure to protect the sensitive personal data and information. So we should remember section 43A will come into the picture because the sensitive personal data information is there. Okay. Now, and medical details of the some clients were compromised and made available in the public domain. So obviously we come to know because there is a something went wrong. Cyber attack has taken place and that attack took place on what? Sir, sensitive personal data and information. Okay, sir. Due to negligence of the center's chief information officer. So we come to know, again there is a mistake from whom? Sir, it is a negligence on the part of management only. So whenever any organization people loses the data, because of what? Sir, because of their organization's internal people or maybe because of the negligence of the employees or the officers, then in that case the organization will be punished. Sir, we know this much. Very nice. Let us continue. Mr. Rajesh, the hackers could plan an asynchronous attack. I hope you remember asynchronous attack. Yes, sir. It gives a very well clear-cut reminder of chapter number 1, data-related threats. Whenever the sender has already sent the data and receiver is yet to receive the data, in between, if this data gets manipulated, damaged, deteriorated or anything happens to this data, so that is called as what? Sir, asynchronous attack. Very nice. Further, whereby there could be a successfully violate the integrity of a certain component of diagnostic center's subsystem and got the unauthorized access to various clients' crucial sensitive data stored in the diagnostic center's data server. Government regulator took a serious note of such gross negligence and issue show cause notice to Check and Cure diagnostic center. So show cause notice have been issued by the government. Okay. Further, the management of Check and Cure diagnostic center took an immediate remedial steps to reduce its reputational as well as the financial losses and hired an IT consultant, Mr. Anil, from the industry to advise them on the way ahead. Further, after detailed investigation and analysis, Mr. Anil suggested the Check and Cure diagnostic center to firstly implement the intrusion prevention system so that the logical access threats could be reduced to a great extent. Unauthorized access could be prevented, people. Okay. For the protection of its sensitive data and installed ERP system in its working environment with adequate control in place to manage the access privileges given to the user aligned with the job requirement and responsibility. Now here again, people, two more concept comes in your mind. Sir, they discuss something about the ERP. Enterprise resource planning. Sir, chapter number 2 remind us. Correct, Chartered. Second, They said, sir, the access should be given according to the role assigned. According to the responsibility assigned to them, the access should be granted. Okay. So here we also come to know they are talking about the RBAC. So this started. While reading the case study only, people, this all concepts should come in your mind, because based on which only the further questions will be asked. Further, he further suggested to upgrade the existing network of diagnostic center with a cloud for ease and expansion, so as to allow its clients access their reports from the various devices such as tablet, mobile phone, etc. Sir, here they are talking about the cloud computing. And we know one more thing, chartered. Okay, when we are putting the data on the cloud, which can be accessed from any device, including your mobile phone, laptop, smartphone, TV, or people you can say smart device, personal digital assistant. Yes, that is called as what? Sir, network accessibility feature. Yes or no? Yes, from any device we can access our people data once the data is on the cloud. Okay, sir. So network access we come to know. We will people immediately mark on this people network access management or the benefit. Clear? Further, the due remittance of Mr. Anil's consultancy service was credited to his bank account by Check and Cure Diagnostic Center through the NEFT. Sir, National Electronic Fund Transfer again come into the picture. We know what is the people NEFT. Sir, it is a payment method where the one person can make the payment, but here the transaction will be settled into batches, means the number of transactions will be clubbed together and then it will be processed, people. So after every 30 minutes, people transactions gets processed. Understood? Okay. Second, we know, sir, in NEFT the person can transfer up to 2 lakhs rupees, because if you wants to people transfer above 2 lakhs rupees, then definitely he is going to use RTGS, real time gross settlement. Okay, sir, we are clear till here. Okay, of the core banking system. So chartered, all the concepts that might be asked in MCQs, because see this, we had not people yet read the MCQs and we are not supposed to first read the MCQs. First we are supposed to read the case study. And while reading only, we will try our level best to people get the clearance of all the topics, whatever the case study is covering, people. I hope it's clear to all. Come on, let us discuss now MCQ and this will become the 2 E's for you. See this. The Check and Cure Diagnostic Center has been negligent in implementing and maintaining the reasonable security practices and procedures. Sir, immediately got the reminder. Further we'll read. To handle the sensitive personal data and information to its client and its data server. Under which provision of IT Act 2000 will be diagnostic center have to pay to its client for the damages caused to them? Sir, section 43A. Penalty or compensation, people, for failure to protect the data, and that too of which nature? Such sensitive personal information. Come on. So we'll see 43, 66E, 43A. So my answer will be what, chartered? Sir, section 43A. I hope people you understood. Yes, sir. So while people reading the RTP only now, my kind request to all of you, it's only one. Try to people cover each and every aspects which you know. Okay. Second question. Sir, second question is people little bit lengthy. Not a lengthy, but it is a different. Let's see. The risks that are associated with proposed implementation ERP system in Check and Cure diagnostic centers are given below. Like number 1, we don't have a sufficient funding for implementation of ERP system. Second, sir, program management. Okay. Third one, lifelong implementation. Sir, what is a lifelong implementation? Array chartered. We know very well. If the ERP system is implemented, it is not a people 2000, 5000 rupees system that we can change every year. It costs a lot, people. For its first part, sir, procurement cost of software, procurement cost of technology, and then its implementation, maintenance and updation also cost too much. So we are not going to change immediately. I hope you understood. Yes, sir. Further, sir, application portfolio management. Sir, that is also we know that number of application we should keep to the limit to the number of business. We should not increase the number of applications, otherwise chances of the data leakage could be substantially increases. Okay, sir. Top management support. Sir, obviously, first we would like to have, sir, that top management should give a complete green signal to us for the implementation. Green signal means what? Sir, they are ready to provide the each and every support that needed for the ERP implementation. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now, various aspects this risk can be associated. Come on. So let us try to understand one by one. The first one charted, insufficient funding. Sir, funds are not available. It is an implementation issue. So insufficient funds will go to people what? Sir, implementation issue. So I will write it down people here. The one, okay. Second, program management. Sir, even after implementing the ERP system, if the people continues using the traditional system only, then there will be of no use. So program management says that we should always make sure that our ERP system is always up to date and we are using it for our all business requirement, so that we can get the real-time database management. We can improve our decision-making capabilities. So it is again charted what? Sir, it is purely and purely process-related thought. So we will write it down the number 2 here. Okay, sir. Lifelong chartered implementation. Sir, this will be after the implementation. We required full support after implementing also. Continuous support is required. So I will write it on post-implementation part over here. Number 3, application portfolio management. Sir, right now only you said it's a technology part. Okay. So here we'll write it on the 4th one. And the last one, top management support, comes here. Now people, you are supposed to choose the best from here. Understood? Okay. So say this. We want A3, or they had people actually change the option. You can understand? Yes, sir. So first one it's D. So first one it's D in people 2, C and D. Correct, people? Okay. So we understood. Sir, either the C or either the D will be the answer. Okay. Second is what? Program management. Program management is related to process. So second requires what charted? Sir, B. In short, people, my answer D is correct. Now the balance you can check it out and you will get the right answer. Yes, sir. Come on. Moving towards the third question. Sir, various risks that may persist in the working environment, people, of check and cure diagnostic center are controlled using the following measures. Sir, we are having the fire alarm systems, identification badges, privilege management, firewall and password management system. Now people, how good you had done in chapter number 3 the controls now, that makes a too much sense over here. So I kindly request you that you can refer the people controls very perfectly, including the environmental control, physical access control and logical access control, management control and application control will make the things too much easy for you. Further, sir, the controls under which the aforementioned people measures are categorized are as follows. Now let's see people what are the things they had given to us and we'll try to again the correlate one by one. Now the first one we have what? Sir, fire alarm. Now fire alarm people comes under what? Sir, it comes under the environmental control. So we come to know the first one is obviously D. Okay. Second people we are having what? Sir, identification badges. Identification badges is used for, sir, physical access control. We need to check the person's identity. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. So we'll see people. Sir, physical controlled. We got it. Yes, sir. So, sir, at least 2 answers so got confirmed. Okay. Now we are supposed to see the third. Come on. Third one, people. What it indicates? Sir, privilege management. Now, people, privilege management comes under what? Sir, user access management. Obviously, we know. Okay. So, third one also we got. Fourth one, chartered. Comes to what? Sir, firewall. Now, firewall is what? Sir, it is a network access control. Because we all know, people, what is a firewall? Sir, firewall is a system which protects my computer from the external harm. So whenever the external wrong data packets or the some threat data packets it's coming into my business, this system will stop that from the people entering into my system only and protects my computer. So it's a network access control. Sir, this one we come to know. So balance remain it's what? Sir, balance remain is a password management system and that will go for, sir, operating system controlled. Understood? Yes, sir. It's a very simple question actually. So what is the correct answer? Sir, 1D. We got the 1D here and here. Again the C and D is an option. Second it's C. So second C is over here. So we will mark the people C as the correct answer. I hope you are clear with this. Yes, sir. It's very simple to understand. Further, in purview of this suggestion made by Mr. Anil, which of the following characteristics of cloud computing reflected in case the reports are accessed by client from the different devices? Sir, you had already tell us, we can get the access to each and every devices because of the network access capabilities or the network access environment. Yes or no? Yes sir. So my answer will be obviously network access capability. Sir, why not multi-tenancy? So let me explain the people, take a 2 minutes from you and explain you. Multi-tenancy means what? Sir, in public cloud, many people come and can store their data, and thereby it is called as a multi-tenancy one-to-many module service. Okay sir. Resiliency, sir, it is all about recovery from the data errors or the situations where the data might face some errors. Okay. Scalability, sir, it is again a characteristics of cloud computing where we can quickly scale up the resources. So if you want to increase the resources, you can increase, and if you want to decrease, you can decrease. But scalability is the option. Scalability is the option charted always available only and only in which cloud? Sir, public cloud. Am I very clear to you? Yes sir. In hybrid cloud also it is? Yes sir. But charted, when we talked about the private cloud, scalability option is generally not available. Am I very clear to all? Yes sir. Further, last people, MCQ. What is the question number 5? Some statements regarding National Electronic Fund Transfer, NEFT, of core banking systems are mentioned below. Let's see what are the statements first of all. Sir, this facility of core banking system facilitates one-to-one fund transfer. Yes sir, one can easily transfer the funds to any other account. Okay, one-to-one transfer is given. The individual can transfer the funds electronically from one bank's branch, okay, to any individual having an account with any other branch of the same bank. Sir, same bank it's not required, okay. We can transfer it to any other person where he is having an account. Okay, so this is a question mark. Individuals can transfer the funds electronically from one's bank's branch to any individual having an account with any other bank branch. Yes sir, this is true. One can transfer the funds to any person having account in any bank, any branch. Again, this is the correct one. This is the correct one. A maximum amount of 2 lakhs can be transferred through this facility. No, charted. Up to 10 lakhs rupees, the funds can be transferred in NEFT. So this one is again a question mark. Which of the following statements are not true? Now, regarding not true, it's which one? Sir, second and the fourth one. So we have the second and fourth as what? B. So the right answer will be B. Am I very clear to all? Yes sir. Now we'll see people descriptive questions. Are you ready for the same? Yes sir. Come on. Chapter wise descriptive questions we are going to see. First one, automated business processes. Okay sir. See this. No entity operates in a risk-free environment. Sir, we know very well in every entity there is a certain types of risk always exist. And therefore, any management needs to implement the framework to operate more effectively, more efficiently in such environment which is filled with the risk. So sir, immediately whenever the risk comes, and that too in chapter number 1, we can easily correlate. They are discussing something about the enterprise risk management, ERM. Yes sir. And in ERM people, you have 3 questions only. What is a people ERM? Second, what are the benefits of ERM? And what are the components of ERM? Yes sir. See this. Discuss the ERM framework. Okay, so framework means what? Sir, framework means purely component they are asking us to discuss. Okay. That an enterprise may adopt for the successful management of various risks prevailing in their working environment. So people, what we are supposed to write in this? Sir, we are supposed to write the total 8 most important component in ERM. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes. Let us try to people see one by one. So first we will give the heading people. Question number 1. And what is it? Sir, components of ERM. Yes or no? Yes sir. Come on. Try to people recall what are the components of ERM. Sir, the first and foremost, the environment in which the organization operates. That is internal environment. Correct, chatted. So first I am going to write it down. Internal environment. The environment people in which my organization operates will definitely have a bearing people that how we would like to see the risk and how we are managing those risks with our risk appetite level. So here the manager is supposed to people first identify what are the risk people, what are the possible threats which is affecting the organization, and with people this, they need to set the tone, a proper policy by which the risk could be minimized to a very great extent. Am I very clear to you? Yes or no? Yes sir. The management philosophy plays a very important and vital role, my dear charters, for internal environment. If your internal environment where your managers are always ready to take the risk, so the risk people will be seen as more of opportunity and less of threat. Am I very clear to you? Yes, sir. Then coming to the number 2 people. Sir, it is a objective setting. Correct, my dear charters. I hope you remember everything. Yes, sir. Now, when I am saying people objective setting, it means what? Sir, before we implement the ERM system, that is the Enterprise Risk Management System, first we need to know what is our objective. Yes, sir. While understanding the objective, we will come to know the probable threat that is affecting my organization. Yes, sir. And by understanding people, those threats, I will definitely take some proper action against it. But sir, for this, before ERP implementation, one should know people at what level the person is ready to take the risk, and that can be determined with the help of what? Sir, the objective which you set to achieve in a near and dear future. Am I very clear to all my dear chartered? Say yes or no? Yes, sir. So number 1, sir, internal environment. Number 2, objective setting. Number 3, chartered, event identification. Sir, what do you mean by the event identification? Sir, in business organization, there is a good number of event which occurs on a daily basis. Management need to people keep eyes open, ears open to see what are the opportunities and what are the threats are coming. Because every event represents both, sir, opportunity also and threat also. Opportunity must be charted, sir, it must be utilized in such a manner that organization can enjoy the ample benefit which is coming out of it. And sir, threat could be reduced to a very great extent by implementing the proper risk management, because we are early identifying all those events which is going to affect my organization. So you first need to identify the events that is subsequently going to affect your organization, identify the people opportunities into it, grab the opportunities, materialized it, increase people your capabilities to make sure that every opportunity becomes a fruitful for you, and the risk people that is obviously identified earlier, so we can plan properly people to minimize the threats and get the ample benefit of available opportunities into it. Agreed? Yes, sir. So number 1, sir, internal environment. Number 2, sir, objective setting. Number 3, people, sir, event identification. Number 4, my dear chartered, as we know people very clearly, it comes to risk assessment. It comes to what, chartered? Sir, risk assessment. Now chartered, when I am saying the risk assessment, what it means? Sir, with the help of opportunity identification and risk identification, we come to know what is exactly the risk. But we should also know what impact it is going to create on my organization. And based on which, chartered, we will be able to understand boss, my strategy will be of what level it is required. Accordingly, people, same way, the every risk does not require people your response also. Agreed? Yes, sir. It means, chartered, the risk must be assessed very thoroughly to see that what impact it could create on my organization. We should also see people its likelihood, means the chances of its occurring people, and what will be its impact if it is occurring in my organization. It means if the one particular risk gets materialized, what impact it is going to create in my organization, that requires to be identified before we set the ERM. So number 1, sir, we need to see internal environment, how my management is looking towards the risk. Number 2, objective setting. Number 3, sir, event identification. Number 4, sir, risk assessment. Chartered, tell me, once the risk is assessed, would you like to respond the risk, yes or no? Yes, sir. We are having the multiple strategy methods, people, by which we can easily understand what kind of people strategy we should use in order to minimize the impact of risk in my business organization. The way you handle the risk, people, the way you respond to the risk is called as what, people? Sir, our 5th point, risk response. Called as what, chartered? Sir, risk response. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. So internal environment? Yes, sir. Objective setting? Yes, sir. Event identification? Yes, sir. Risk assessment? Yes, sir. Risk response? Yes, sir. Now people, what are the probable responses? Sir, already we know the risk management strategies. One can tolerate or accept the risk. One can terminate or eliminate the risk. One can easily share or transfer the risk, and one can mitigate or treat the risk. So either people, we can accept the risk, we can avoid the risk, we can minimize the risk people. Whatever the best response is required people at that time, it will be provided to particular risk. And all these components are the very important people when you are setting your team called as a enterprise risk management. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes sir. So number 1, sir, internal environment. Number 2, sir, objective setting. Number 3, sir, event identification. Number 4th, sir, risk assessment. Number 5th, sir, risk response. Moving towards the next people, it is called as the controlled activities. I hope everyone remembers control activities. Yes sir. Sir, it is all about the policies and procedures, okay, designed to manage the each and every activity in a very perfect manner. We want people, each and every activity must be conducted with some standard operating systems as well as the plan, and that can be done when we have a proper control policy. Because controls are what? Sir, controls are nothing but it is a policy and procedures which is designed to manage one particular activities. Yes sir. Can you please repeat, my dear chartered, all the points? Yes sir. Internal environment, objective setting, event identification, risk assessment, risk response, controlled activities. But sir, 2 most important component is yet left. And what are those? Sir, information and communication. Yes. See this chartered. One should know very clearly, having the information, it means what? Sir, possessing the knowledge. But only one department is having the knowledge about something will not help the organization people to overcome from the risk. Yes or no? Yes sir. There is a continuous requirement of collecting the new information as well as the sharing of this information with the respective department, so that one can easily people understand the threats which is either occurring or going to occur in the future. So we can people take suitable actions against it. Our all components are designed only with the one thing people, that how we view the risk and how we manage those risk people in a given situation. So information and communication, as the name itself suggests people, that information for each and every threats must be collected people in well advance. We should take all appropriate measures by which the risk could be minimized to a very great extent. All the information available regarding the particular risk must be collected, must be stored in a secured manner. But collecting and storing will not help unless and until it must be shared with the respective departments. Yes or no? Yes sir. Last but not the least chartered, the very important component which come into the picture right now people, monitoring of controls. Say this, many times what happens people, we take utmost all the controls, everything, we design, okay, everything, but it is only on the piece of paper. Or else people, we applied the controls also, but when the controls has identified something wrong, that also required to be given with a response. Yes or no? Yes sir. So we would like to see whether the control is people properly working or not. So the last component comes what? Sir, last control comes monitoring of controls. Last points come what, my dear chartered? Sir, monitoring of controls. Do you agree with me? Yes sir. And here people, you can understand what are the 8 probable, not probable, actual component of ERM. Number 1, internal environment. Number 2, sir, objective setting. Number 3, sir, event needs to be identified. Number 4, sir, risk must be assessed. Number 5, risk must be given with a response. Number 6, sir, we need to set the controlled activities. Number 7, sir, information and communication is required. And number 8, my dear chartered, sir, monitoring of control plays a very important and vital role. I hope it's clear to you. Yes sir. Let's see the second question now. What do you think shall be generic reasons? Generic means, sir, in general, common, okay, due to which an enterprise may decide to implement business process automation in working environment. Now before we go for the people explanation, one should know, sir, what is a business process automation? Sir, very simple. We know business process automation is nothing but it is a using technology in our business processes so that we can achieve certain objective, including the effectiveness as well as efficiency in business operations. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So whenever we are using people, a part of technology or complete people process, when it is get it done with the support of technology, that is called as what? Sir, business process automation. Correct, Chartered. Now they said, what are the generic reasons? What are the reasons why one should go for a business process automation? So let's see the reasons, people, in a very simple way. Now, Chartered, for this answer, you have to refer the something topic called as people, how to implement business process automation. So when you are reading the concept called as how to implement the business process automation, the first step of implementing the business process automation, ask us very clear, people, why we should go for a business process automation. Why one should decide to go for a business process automation? What are the main objectives over here which forces us to go for the business process automation? So sir, there are the many reasons actually. Like people, sir, if the activity is done in automated environment now, chances that activities are completely error free, it's higher. It means what? Sir, in manual process now, chances of errors are there. So the first reason is what? Sir, first reason is error in manual process. Okay. Second, sir, poor data management. Yes, sir. We are unable to take the money, people, from the data on time. Yes, sir. Third one, sir, delay in payments. We are unable to make the payments on time. Now, Chartered, whenever you are delay in making the payments, and many cases are there where the time bound payments are required. If you are unable to make the payment on time, then you will end up with what? Sir, paying the penalties also. So that is also what? Sir, again a risk only. Yes, Chartered. Then sir, sometime we make payment for goods and services which are not received only. So we are making the payment for the goods and services that are not received. Again, sir, there is a what? Sir, again it bringing the risk. Am I very clear to you? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Then people, unable to find the records. Unable to find records during audit. So audit committee is already there, auditor is already there, and people, we are finding what? Sir, very much difficulty in finding the records only. So sir, there are the many different reasons are there because of which the one should implement what? Sir, business process automation. Chartered, in order to provide the best customer services, you are also required to people implement what? Sir, business process automation. So it for improving the customer satisfaction also. Yes, sir. Then people, if we discuss, suppose if in my organization new employees are appointed. Yes, sir. But they are not added to people HR module only. I mean to say the payroll system. Again, sir, there is a risk. So new employees are not added. New employees are not added to system. Then people again, sir, many time now, management is coming from the total different background that they don't understand the few business process. So it's better to automate. Yes, sir. So lack of management understanding, for business process. Got it? Yes, sir. As I said, poor customer services. This all people reasons forces us for what? Sir, this all reasons forces us for implementation of business process automation. Am I very clear to you? See this Chartered. As the question is asked, generic reasons. If you want to add multiple reasons, people, you can add to this, people, because in general, whatever the problems faced by the business organization, in case of a manual process, then only they would like to switch from the manual process to automated. Am I very clear to you? So you have to find out, people, all those problems which the business organization generally faces when they are operating in a manual environment. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. And here, people, our chapter number 1's 2 question comes to an end. We'll now see the chapter number 2. Sir, chapter number 2 is financial and accounting system. Obviously, yes, started. XYZ Limited has well implemented ERP system. Okay, sir. In which the sales and distribution module has a high level integration complexity starting from, sir, obviously we know every sales and distribution module starts with inquiry and done with a what? Sir, delivery and collecting the payments. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Order and ending with the people delivery. Discuss the detailed sub-process involved in module. See this, they had not asked us the characteristics. They had clearly asked the S&D module process. Okay, sir. Let's try to understand. So will people write it down here? Now chapter number 2, the first point. What we are supposed to discuss? Sir, let us discuss. First point, sales and distribution module. Sir, how does the sales and distribution activity works first of all though? So chartered, we know the first and foremost is what? Sir, we are always going to learn the EIS from the businessman point of view. So initiative here will be taken by, sir, businessman. How? Sir, number 1, it is a pre-sales activity. What we do? Sir, pre-sales activity. Now in case of chartered pre-sales activity, here my actually marketing team plays a very important role. They will gather the customers' data. They will try to contacting them. They will try to show the demo if it is possible. We'll provide the free samples or something. We also provide them the quotation. And we'll try to do everything, people, by which we can create demand in the minds of consumer. Okay, sir. Now once the consumer comes to know, okay, I required this product, he will place the order, yes or no? Yes, sir. So remember, chartered, whenever the consumer wants to purchase the goods, so he will raise purchase order against the business firm. Now we are thinking this answer from whose point of view? Sir, from the businessman point of view. So businessman will get the confirmed what? Purchase order. From whom? Sir, customer. So people, I am getting the purchase order, but what I am supposed to do? Sir, you are supposed to do the sales only. So which document people businessman creates? Sir, sales order. So second people activity comes to what? Sir, sales order. Sales order is a document which is created by business organization once he gets the people confirmed purchase order from customer. Now sales order is what, people? Sir, sales order generally contains the details from the purchase order only. What consumer has demanded, means people, product, quantity, price, due date of delivery, place of delivery, everything is first mentioned by consumer. Because I want this product at this location at this price. Now once the businessman is ready, he will also prepare what? Sir, sales order and copies the data from the, sir, purchase order only. Quantity people may differ. Okay, because consumer may have demanded people 10,000, but he is having only 5,000 right now. So there is a quantity may differ, but the other things will remain what? Same. I hope it's clear to you. So first one, sir, pre-sales activity, doing the marketing and people creating the demand in the minds of consumer. Number 2 is what? Sir, it is a sales order. Sales order always created, people, once we get the confirmed purchase order from our customer, sir. And sales order people copies all data from the purchase order only generally to save the user's time. Yes, sir. Then people, we are supposed to do what? Sir, inventory sourcing. We have to identify, people, the most important, from where the inventory will be purchased or if it is available or not. Inventory source, or we can say that the sourcing, the best one. Okay, inventory sourcing. Sir, inventory sourcing means making the inventory available for sale. So if it is available, we'll pick the product, pack the product and arrange transportation for sending to the customer. If it is not available, sir, we'll inform to manufacturing department and get the product ready. But we want that goods must be available for sale. That is called as what? Inventory sourcing. Once the chartered inventory is ready, it's a time for what? Sir, it's a time for the delivery of goods to the consumer. Because if the time span between placing an order and receiving the order, people, reduces for consumer, it people helps the consumer to get more easily people happy. Yes or no? So businessmen always try when they receive the order from the customer, they try to fulfill the demand of the consumer as early as possible. So the next step is what? Sir, material delivery. Correct, chartered. So we'll write it down, the fourth point called as a material delivery. Now chartered, whenever the goods are moving from you, you are delivering the goods, yes or no? Yes, sir. So when the goods are moving out from your organization, you are supposed to prepare the one document, and that document is called as a delivery note. That document is called as what? Delivery note. Now delivery note is, people, regarding what? Sir, dispatch of material. So it will contain all the data from where? Sir, obviously from the sales order only. Understood? So purchase order, we created the sales order. Based on the sales order, now we create the delivery note. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. Now material delivery people, whenever the entries were made, na, your stock will be immediately affected. Why? Because sir, material delivery, it's all about the sir inventory only. Na? So my stock balance will get immediately what? Sir, affected. But my trial balance will not be affected right now. Will not be affected. Sir, why? Array, my dear chartered, inventory is different and financial data is different. Right now you had just created the delivery note. So it is going to affect only and only what? Sir, only and only stock. But once I am creating the invoice, at that time my trial balance will get affected. Understood? Because it's all about people inclusion of financial data into the system. So right now I had just created what? Sir, material delivery. And material delivery, it's done with the help of what? Delivery note. Delivery note copies all the data, including the people, place of delivery, quantity, due date of delivery, and everything people from where? Sir, from the sales order only, saving the user's time and efforts. Yes, sir. Then people, fifth point comes to what? Sir, fifth point comes to very, very important one. It's time for an invoice or billing. So we'll write it down, charted what? Sir, we'll write it down the billing or preparing invoice. Got it, people? Yes. Now charted invoice is directly linked with what? Sir, invoice is directly linked with the delivery note. Why? Because sir, whatever the material is delivered, we are going to create the invoice for that only. Yes, sir. So in invoice, all the details will be copied from, sir, delivery note only. Yes, charted. Now the stock got already affected, people, in case of where? Sir, when we had recorded the delivery note. The stock will not be affected again. But people, it is all about recording of financial transaction, yes or no? So will my trial balance gets affected, yes or no? Sir, answer is obviously yes. Here your trial balance will get affected. And finally, charted, it comes to what? Sir, it comes to receipt from customer. Once the people amount is received from the customer, we are supposed to do what? Sir, we need to close the invoice so that we are not asking the money for the same invoice again and again. I hope it's clear to you. So charted, I divided this activity into two parts. First is people where I am preparing for myself, and second I am delivering. So first one, sir, I did the pre-sales activity. Agree, sir. Secondly, sir, sales order I had created based on the confirmed purchase order received from the customer. Yes, sir. Then, sir, I had done the inventory sourcing, that making the goods ready for the delivery. This is the first part, it's done. Okay. Second, it's, sir, I made the delivery. So for delivery people, which document you will create? Sir, delivery note. Will my stock gets affected? Yes or no? Answer is definitely yes, sir. Now, second one is, sir, billing. That is creating invoice, sir, and sending it to customer. When the invoice is generated, people, will it affect the trial balance? Yes or no? Yes, sir, because it's a total financial transaction only. Will my stock balance gets affected? No, sir, it got already affected in the previous act itself. Okay, and finally, sir, this process will end up by taking the receipts from the customer. Do you agree with me, my dear chartered accountants? Yes, sir. Come on, let's move to the next question now. Sir, what is the next question? Oh, very nice question they had asked people. The data analytics applications involve many steps so that appropriate results can be produced. Okay, sir. Which are useful for the management in decision making. So data analytics is always done, people, with an intention to take what? Such decisions, so that we can get the people, confirmed, analyze the data. Yes, sir. Discuss the process. Discuss the processes involved in data analytical process. So people, in order to go for the data analytical, sir, there is a 3 steps are required. How many steps are required, my dear chartered? Sir, 3 steps are required. Let's see one by one. Are you ready for the same? Yes, sir. Okay. So people, second question about the data analytics. What is the exact process, chartered? Let's see the process in a very simple way. See this, chartered. If you want to do any data analysis now, people, you can't do without what? Sir, without data only. Correct. So first and foremost is what? Sir, it's all about data collection. Correct. The first step we are going to write it down as what, chartered? Sir, data collection. Now people, data can be collected from the various sources, yes or no? Yes, sir. Sources include, sir, sources include internal sources also, as well as, chartered, external sources also. Do you agree with me, yes or no? Yes, sir. Within the organization as well as the outside the organization, one can easily collect the data. Point number one is cleared. Yes, sir. But chartered, whenever we collect the data, do you think so that the data is always coming into the form as we expect? No, sir. We are first collecting the data. We try to see the data. First we are sourcing the data, and then people will try to do what? Sir, we will make sure that the data must be converted into most commonly acceptable format. That is, sir, we know, remember, extract the data, transform the data. We are supposed to transform this data into most commonly acceptable format. Suppose chartered, you are having a company in India, whereas people you are doing business even in Japan. So whatever the financial transactions done in Japan people will be in Japanese yen, yes or no? Yes, sir. In order to do the data analysis chartered, you are supposed to convert this Japanese yen into, sir, Indian currency. So first we are collecting the data. We are going to transform this data and load it into the software. That will be my first step. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. Very important thing is what? Sir, from wherever we are collecting this data now, that source needs to be the genuine. We should make sure that we are collecting accurate and appropriate information. Many times many people collects huge data, but that is a unnecessary data. So sir, first the user should identify what is necessary data, what data I am supposed to collect, the source from where I am going to collect, is the data is coming in the commonly acceptable format or not. I need to convert this data into most commonly acceptable format, and then I am supposed to load it into the software. That is your first step called as data collection. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now people, very important one, second. Sir, second, it's very important. Chartered. Find and fix. What will write it down? Sir, first of all, we need to find as well as we need to fix. What? Sir, data quality problem. Sir, data quality problem, we did not got it. Okay. See this, chartered. We are collecting the data. Yes, sir. Now people, might be, there are the good chances that the data may be inconsistent. Yes, sir. Maybe incomplete. Yes, sir. Maybe noisy. Yes, sir. Maybe people inappropriate. Yes, sir. And thereby chartered, we first need to find as well as we need to people what? Sir, fix this data quality problem. Because if the data is not available people in a proper format, in the proper manner, or as required people, one cannot frame the decision. So if you want to take a decision people, you need to first collect the data, and we need to find and fix this problem people. Understood? Many softwares are there people, by which we can people solve this problem. That collection of the data along with what people are finding and fixing the data quality related problems. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. If there is a errors in the data, or might be there is a chances that the back-to-back duplicate data got created, then such data are required to be eliminated people from the system, so that the analysis can be conducted in a well appropriate manner. So first one is what? Sir, data collection, collecting the data from the different sources, internal as well as external. Second, sir, find and fix the data quality problem, and this can be resolved people by using the very nice softwares like structured query language, Oracle, database software. Yes, sir. Third one people, the very important, which now comes into the people what? Sir, to the very important level. Yes, and that is called as chartered building analytical model. What is it, chartered? Sir, building analytical model. Now chartered, when I am saying building the analytical model, what it means actually? Sir, it means a very simple thing. Data analytical model means designing the perfect criteria by which the data will be analyzed and the results will be generated. Many times people, it triggers into action also. Example, as you know very well people, in stock exchange, when you put the people stop loss concept, so when the price comes to your expected level, the transactions gets automatically done. And that is what? Sir, building the analytical models. Now analytical models also includes what? Sir, data presentation. If the data is presented people, not only analyzed, after analysis it is presented in the graphs format, chart format, pie chart, or people different formats. Will it help the people decision maker to take the decision very quickly? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So why we are building this data analytical model? So that it will help the manager to take the people timely, well informed and people accurate decision. So what are the 3 steps people in data analytical process? Come on, tell me people. Sir, number 1, we need to collect the data. Number 2, sir, we need to find as well as we need to fix the data quality problem if exist. And third people, sir, we are supposed to build the proper data analytical model so that the analytical results can be presented to the decision maker, to the executives in such a perfect manner that by looking towards that data, by looking towards the presentation of that data, one manager can take people nice and accurate decision. Am I very clear to all? Sir, it was too easy. Correct. Moving towards now, chapter number 3. Let's see charted. So chapter number 3, information system and its component. Yes, my dear charteds. Computers are used extensively to process data and provides information for decision making. Got it, sir? Further, however, uncontrolled use of computers can have a people widespread impact on a society. Obviously, sir. Pros and cons, 100%. Because the computer plays a large part in assisting us to process the data and make the people decision, it is significant that their use is done in a controlled manner. So till here we understood everything. Now what is the exact question? Please ask. Yes. Discuss various factors that influence an organization towards a control and audit of its computer based information system. So people, we are going to discuss what? Sir, factors. Factors regarding what? Sir, that influence the control and audit of information system or the computer based information system. So we'll write it down people. Chapter 3. What was the question number? Sir, 10. Okay. So question number 10. We'll write it down. Factors influencing people, audit and control of computer based information system. Clear charted? Yes, sir. So let's see people this factors now. Sir, we know that computer system process a huge data. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And what is the people most important asset for every industry? Sir, as Mukesh Ambani also rightly said, the fuel for the 21st century for running all the industry will be data. So data becomes the most important asset. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And in computerized environment, the data resides where? Sir, within the computer. If chartered, we do not apply the proper audit factors or if we do not apply the proper controlling factors, chartered, there is a chances of the wrong data entry. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And as the data is a people most important and crucial asset that is required to be protected people from every risk. But if we do not follow what? Sir, audit and control, then the risk of data loss cannot be avoided. So the first and foremost people factor that tell us why we are supposed to apply the audit and control. Sir, organizational cost of data loss. Why? Because sir, we know the data is most important asset. Yes or no? Sir, it's a most important factor. If person, please tell me, if the data is lost, damaged or deteriorated, will it people affect the functioning of an organization? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Sir, into ERP system, chapter number 2, we are know very well this thing. Because if my data got, there is a single database in ERP. If this data got damaged or deteriorated, my whole business will come to standstill. So, sir, in order to protect the total organizational cost of data loss, the one should apply the audit and the control in IT environment or, sir, for the information system. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Second, tell me, chartered, we always take the decision on the basis of what? Sir, on the basis of information. Information comes from where? Sir, information comes with a processed form of data. So I will say the information is coming from data. So first we have a data. When this data is processed, it becomes information. And with the help of information, the one person is taking what? Sir, decision. But tell me, chartered, if your data is only got manipulated, if your data only got damaged or deteriorated, will you be able to take the right decision? No, sir, because right information is not available. So the second most important factor which forces you to apply the audit as well as to apply the certain controls in computerized environment, people, is second reason. Say this, sir, cost of incorrect decision making. What is the second point charted? Sir, cost of incorrect decision making. Now people see this, decisions whenever we are discussing now, there is a two decision. One is, sir, strategic decision. Second is, sir, operational decision. Now chartered, see this, try to understand. Strategic decision is what? Sir, generally it is a long term in nature. So here and there, people, 10-15%, if your interpretation doesn't go well also, you have a sufficient time to make it correct. But sir, operational decision is always taken on a real time basis. Here, sir, error has a no excuse at all. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Sir, manager must make sure that every information he is using to take the operational decisions must be accurate, must be perfect. If the decision we want to take it in an accurate form, and if my information is not available, people, in accurate form, definitely my decisions will be 100% wrong. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And anyway, sir, correct information is one of the most important essential element. Correct information is one of the most important essential element for taking a people correct decision. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Second point got clear to all my dear chartered? Yes, sir. So first one, sir, organizational total cost of data loss. Number two, sir, cost of incorrect decision making. Number three, chartered, sir, very important. Before we go for the explanation, first try to people see that computer is used by many people in the organization. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Should we allow the people entry to any Tom, Dick and Harry to people use this laptop and computers and system server and all? No, sir. It has to be restricted only and only to the authorized person. But chartered, if the unauthorized person is accessing, so it is a failure of what? Sir, it is a clear-cut failure of sir, controls only. Your controls are not working, thereby any unauthorized person comes and do the people computer use. And that is called as people purely cost of computer abuse. What will say? Cost of computer abuse. Tell me na, chartered, if the hacker got the access to your computer, okay, who got the access to your computer? Hacker. Will he affect the CIA? Yes or no? Sir, what is the CIA of data? Are confidentiality and integrity and availability. Sir, definitely. Tell me, if unauthorized person got the access to your system, there is a chances of the data damage, delete, deterioration as well as the leakage of information exist. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And if you want to protect your system from such risk, people, sir, we understood. It's a time to apply the controls as well as the audit and information system. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Point number 4. Now chartered, come on, let's first recall the 3 points, okay? Sir, organizational cost of data loss, cost of incorrect decision making, sir, cost of computer abuse. Now, sir, we would like to value of computer hardware, sir, most important thing, software, sir, most important thing, and sir, personnel, that is a IT people department. Okay? Yes, sir. People in IT department. Now tell me, chartered, if your computer hardware, software or personals are there, but if they are not maintained properly, okay, especially we are discussing the hardware and software. Hardware, people, you had not purchased from the approved vendors. Software, you are not upgrading on a time, people, and human resources are not available, people, where it is actually required. Will it affect the people, organizations, decision making capabilities? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So people, we want all time up to date, sir, hardware resources as well as my software resources, and we would like to make sure that people, sufficient manpower, sufficient IT personals must be available in our IT department to make, sir, function very smooth. Yes or no? Yes, sir. But sir, if we do not follow the audit and control only, we will never ever come to know what is exactly demand in the market, and hence we won't be able to take a correct decision. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Number 5 charted, high cost of computer errors. High cost of computer error. See this charted, there are the many cases where even the small mistake is not at all acceptable. Understood? Yes, there is no forgiveness for your mistake. Sir, can you give the one or two example? Yes, charted. The best example, many times the small data entry error can lead to what? Sir, huge mistake in the accounting system. Sir, we know very well, especially in the costing, sir, if the one calculation goes wrong, then in the process costing, sir, till end everything is going wrong. A small data entry error at the time of people what? Sir, entering the data and everything goes wrong. Second example, people. Sir, let's talk about the airport. Yes, Delhi, busiest airport. Mumbai, busiest airport. Bangalore, busiest airport. Now, at this point, people, suppose if the ATC makes air traffic control system, ATC, if they make a people even a small mistake, people, in traffic controlling system, or if there is a small error into the computer while entering the data, people, it can, people, create a risk on the life of many. So there is a need for what, people? Sir, need for an audit as well as the control, so that the wrong data entry cannot be entered into the system and such risk could be avoided to a great extent. So can you please repeat 5 points, my dear charters? Sir, organizational cost of data loss. Yes, sir. Cost of incorrect decision making. Yes, sir. Cost of people computer abuse. Yes, sir. Value of my hardware, softwares as well as the personals in IT department. Yes, sir. High cost of computer errors could be avoided. And last but not the least, chartered, there is a maintenance of privacy. Now maximum people always gets confused with the two most important word. Sir, security, threat and privacy. Is there is a difference between the security and privacy? Answer is definitely yes, chartered. Sir, how it is making a difference? Can you please tell us? Yes. Listen, chartered. Whenever I am saying what? Sir, whenever we are saying the security threat, it means, chartered, there is a threat to your accounts, threat to your people data. If someone people hacks your data, if someone people gets the access to your data, someone can damage, delete, deteriorate your accounts, people, all these threats will be people clubbed under the word called as security threat. But chartered, when someone hack your account, there is a great chances that your private information, he made it publicly public. I hope you got it. So whenever your private information is published people publicly, there is a risk of what? Sir, privacy issue. I hope it's clear. Yes. So chartered, if you want to maintain the privacy, because you know very well, people, the data laws in every country nowadays are getting very strict. They don't allow any person, people, to, leak the data or anything. If found guilty, penalties, people, extraordinary now, just to prevent the privacy of the users. And people, if you do not apply the controls as well as the audit, then there is a great chances, okay, boss, the data will be leaked from your organization, privacy of the users will be affected, and ultimately you will end up by paying what? Sir, huge penalties. If you want to stay away from this, what you are supposed to do, my dear charters? Sir, we will try to apply the controls and audit of information system. Am I very clear to all? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Let's see the next question, chartered. Come on. Discuss the concept of segregation of duties with example. Oh, chapter number 3. Yes, sir. Segregation of duties. Sir, we know very well. If you ask us, sir, we will give you best to best reply for this. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Let's see, people. Best to best replies. Now, first of all, though, sir, question number 11. Okay, question number 11. Regarding what? Sir, regarding the SOD, segregation of duties. Now, chartered, first of all, now, whenever this type of question comes, it is expected that you at least write it on the one proper paragraph of at least 6 to 7 lines explaining what is segregation of duties. Sir, segregation of duties is the most common term which comes under the controls, and it is a most essential control that is required to be implemented in computerized environment, because segregation of duties clearly says one person in an organization should not be given with that much authority, people, that by its own he can create the harm to my data, organization in a very, very, very badly manner. It means what, chartered? Okay, sir, if one person is given with the total access to the system, then he is having people the full rights that he can damage, delete, deteriorate or alter any data people by its own, and this will lead to what, sir? This will lead to incorrect information, incorrect decision making, sir. There is a privacy loss and many other threats are there. So segregation of duties is what, sir? Work in an organization, it must be divided. The authority must be divided. The one person should not be given with a complete access to the data, because if the one person is given with the complete access, then by its own, or making people that by using the power, he can people interrupt the functioning of an organization. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. Second very important aspects is what, sir? Second very important aspect is, like, if we see the people in accounting department only, so one person is supposed to do only the accounting entries, and second person is supposed to approve the same. Third person is supposed to prepare the people check for the payments. It means what, sir? There is a segregation of duties. Do you agree with me? The residential society, my dear chartered, where you are staying, why people treasurer and secretary is not the same person? Sir, if the treasury and secretary is the same person, then he is having the full rights to manipulate the record, and society's books of accounts will indicate the losses. Possibilities cannot be avoided. So there is a need for what, sir? There is a need for making the difference between the maker of the record and the checker of the record, and that is what, sir? SOD, segregation of duties. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. Now people will see, sir, what are the examples for SOD, segregation of duties. Chartered, question is little bit important, so concentrate very clearly. First one, chartered, it comes to transaction authorization. Let me people ask a very simple question to you. Okay, have you ever people withdraw 50,000 rupees or above people from the bank? Sir, yes, we had visited and we had withdraw 50,000 rupees and above. Whenever people you had withdraw 50,000 and above, the bank cashier will not directly give you the cash on the counter, but instead of that he will give you the token and ask you to wait. Why? Because, sir, he does not have that much authority to approve the transaction, because it's a very high value transaction according to him. So every transaction above 50,000 is a high value transaction. So he will people send your check to the senior cashier or the branch manager, who will people approve the same, and then only the disbursement will be done. So moral of the story is what, sir? Transaction authorization. Many times the transaction authorization request will be passed with a more than one person people, so that there is a split of what, sir? Split of authority. One person cannot approve the transaction over and above the people limit assigned to him or her. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. So first point is what, sir? Transaction authorization. Number two, sir, very important, split the custody. Split custody of what, chartered? Sir, high value assets or high value transactions also, same thing. Yes, high value assets. Now listen to me, chartered. Very simple. In bank, safe vault is there. Yes, sir. Where the bank has kept the money, yes or no? Yes, sir. If the one person only know the people password for this safe vault, then it will be what, sir? It is a too much risky. So here people, what we are going to do, sir? We will split the password, because here the chartered password is what, sir? Password is the most valuable asset. Understood? So people, at least 4 people knows the password. We divide the people password, or at least 2 people know the people half password and another 2 people know the half password. So whosoever is present people, he will come and he will enter the password, and then people's safe vault could be opened. So here what we did, sir? We had just split the custody of high value asset. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So number one, sir, transaction authorization. Number two, sir, split the custody of high value transactions. Number three, chartered, workflow. Sir, what is a workflow? Sir, in many cases, many times this thing happens. Like people, suppose your policy, any insurance policy got matured, okay? You just go to the counter and you say that, okay, sir, my policy got matured, give me the money in my account. They said, sir, wait, you need to submit all the document. We will send it to our senior department. Once they will approve the same, it will come to me and I will let you know. So people, here the transaction will be first checked by senior. Subsequently people, it will be flow towards the junior, and finally this data will come to the customer. So here people again the same thing, that sir, two people knows the thing, till the time approval is not received from the senior, junior can't act. I hope you clear people. Yes sir. Again there is a workflow people which is divided. Understood? Clear sir? Okay. Or sometime like higher level management authority is required people to approve the transaction. Same way. Number 4, my dear chartered. So first one, sir, we understood transaction authorization. Number 2, sir, split the custody of high value assets. Number 3, sir, workflow. Number 4, chartered, periodic reviews. Obviously. Sir, regularly database must be reviewed to see that whether the person is people getting the access within the limit or not. Because many times, chartered, what happens whenever the software update or something is done, there may be a chances people that the one person may get the over access then required. So sir, role based access control is there, and we need to make sure that a regular review will actually help us to find it out whether the person got within the limit access or not. So one person will get the people what, sir, access right, and another person will do the periodic review whether he is people getting the limited rights for the access of data or not. Am I very clear to all? Yes sir. Now we are supposed to people start with the chapter number 4. Sir, chapter number 4, e-commerce, m-commerce, emerging technology. Yes, chartered. Bumper lottery chapter, easy to do. Yes sir. What is the question people? Though the e-commerce industry has grown exponentially, every business or e-commerce business has unique rules and regulations to follow. Okay sir. Cybersecurity is a top level priority to ensure all data stored online is protected and vulnerable to online security breaches and cyber attacks. Till here everything is clear sir? Yes sir. As an e-commerce business owner, you have a unique challenges compared to the people brick and mortar shop owners, that is from traditional business organization. Discuss various risks associated in e-commerce environment. So let us discuss people, yes or no? Yes sir, come on. Sir, question number 12. Yes, question number 12. Sir, risks associated with e-commerce. Yes or no? Yes sir. Now chartered, whenever they will ask you the question now, first you try to identify people for how many marks this question has been asked. If they ask you for the 6 marks, I'll ask you people to write only 6 points. Only 6 risk is enough people. Generally, your solution may contain the people and number of risk which is actually involved in the e-commerce. But when the answer we are supposed to write, we are supposed to see people for how many marks this question has been asked. Understood? Yes. So we'll see people at least 8 to 9 risk which is involved in the e-commerce, which is a common, generic and easy to remember. Number 1 risk is what? Sir, number 1 risk is privacy and security. Privacy and security. Now chartered, you know, okay, boss, privacy and security is the biggest threat people when it comes to e-commerce business. Because chartered, maintaining the data private or keeping the data in 100% privacy is the first challenge people which business organization generally faces, because due to spywares, malwares, many time people risk from the hackers, chances of the privacy and security threat arises people. And when the customer loses the data people, customer loses the private data people, the privacy threats people arises. So the first and foremost thing that the business should always keep into mind is what? Sir, it's to maintain the privacy and security at the very high level, sir, and such risk could be avoided. Second risk people which we faces is what? Sir, quality issue. Generally the product which is shown people in the pictures and the product which is actually gets delivered is totally different. So the quality is one of the biggest issue people when it comes to e-business. Consumer generally people see the product over the screen only. Physical appearance is not there people. Physical touch it's not there. And many times when the product actually gets delivered to the consumer, it is not matching with the customer's expectation, or it is not matching with the quality standard which was stated on a screen. So sir, second is a quality issue. So privacy and security, quality issue. Delay in goods. Sir, major problem. Delay in goods. And sometimes it's what? Sir, don't forget hidden cost. Okay. So chartered, delay in goods. What is it? Sir, many websites are there. They were people failure they got failed, I mean to say, or they are the successful failure only just because they missed the one of the most essential component of e-commerce. Started the entire success of e-commerce business lies in the fact that you should make the timely delivery of goods to the consumer. If the consumer is having people option, okay, no, where exactly is staying people hardly 2 minutes away, grocery store is there, so why he will purchase from the big basket? The answer is big baskets ensure, sir, 20 minutes delivery. Understood? And if it is not delivered people within the 20 minutes, then definitely he will choose people that let me go to the market physically, a nearby shop, and I'll purchase it. So first and foremost, people, you should always try to avoid what, sir, delay in delivery of goods. Now many times we are importing the goods from the foreign country also, people, and due to port clearance and many other reasons, the goods always gets what, people, sir, delay in the delivery, and generally people, it makes the consumer unhappy. You lose the consumer loyalty, chartered. Second is what, sir, hidden cost. This is specifically happens, people, in case of flight tickets booking, you know very well. In the beginning they will tell you only about the people flight price only, then slowly and gradually people taxes and everything will be added, then their conveyance fees will be added and all, people. So generally there is a hidden cost, people. Understood? So privacy and security, quality issue, delay in goods and hidden cost. Then people need access to internet. In many area, sir, internet access is only not there. Need access to what, sir? Internet. As well as lack of personal touch. Sir, what is the lack of personal touch over here? Sir, very simple. Chartered. First of all, in many village area or the people certain remote location where the internet access is only not there, you cannot expect people the e-commerce business over there. Sir, we understood this much. Lack of personal touch means what? Sir, there is no one to give you some suggestion also. Nowadays they are supported with the AI, but people, AI will give you the static suggestion. Na? Whenever you are going to the physical market to buy something, even the shopkeeper is there to guide you that the which product should be purchased, people, in what condition. But here people, you are just seeing the product over the internet and you are supposed to buy. So there is a lack of what, people? The personal touch, personal guidance over here. So first one, privacy and security, quality issue, delay in goods and hidden cost. Then people need access to internet and lack of personal touch. Then people, we are also having the people what? Sir, security related threat. Security as well as the people, you can write credit card issues. Yes, sir. Many times the payment gets failed, card gets hacked. Yes. People are generally scared nowadays, people, for sharing their financial data over the internet because of only and only spywares and people hackers. You know, hackers are also trying the different way, people, by which they can get the credential informations of you people. So generally security as well as the credit card issue is a major concern. So privacy and security, quality issue, delay in goods and hidden costs, need access to internet and lack of personal touch, security and credit card issue. Then people, one more if you want to see, that is what, sir, repudiation of contract. Yes, repudiation of contracts. Chatted, tell me, you booked the people cab and cab driver cancel. Are you going to file a suit against him? Sir, no. Because many times when you also book the people cab and suppose suddenly there's some important work comes, you just cancel the cab, people, at the last moment. In e-commerce, people, this is very general that repudiation of contract is done. Many times the contract gets cancelled, people, because they were purely in what format? Sir, in e-format. People don't know each other. Sir, that is a one more risk. Problem of anonymity. Yes, chartered. Transaction with an unknown person is one more risk, people, called as a problem of anonymity. Many times, many people are purchasing the goods, people, from all over the world without seeing the face and without seeing the background of the person, and generally they get cheat also. So privacy and security, quality issue, delay in goods and hidden costs, need access to internet and lack of personal touch, security and people credit card issues. We can also say that repudiation of contract would be a possible, people. Then one more risk, problem of anonymity, I said. Data loss, theft or duplication. Data loss, theft or duplication. Yes, sir. Best example, Facebook. Yes, many time, people, we got this news that the data from the Facebook got leaked. Many reputed website, people, has also faced this risk, people, that the data got leaked. So data loss, people, it's generally one more people major threat in e-commerce business. One more risk, if you want to people go for it, then I will say people attack from hackers. Attack from hackers. The best example, people, we have a one bank called as a Cosmos Bank, whose headquarters is located people in Pune. Hackers had hacked people directly the server only and took away the money from there. So attack from hackers. Denial of services, people, you can add. Lack of authenticity of transactions, you can add. So but I am just covering people the 8 major points which you are supposed to know. So once again, people, recalling all the points. Sir, privacy and security. Second, quality issue. Delay in goods and hidden cost. Need access to internet and lack of personal touch. Security and credit card issues. Repudiation of contract. Then anonymity of transactions. Data loss, theft or duplication. Attack from hackers. Privacy issue, you can write. Denial of services, you can write, people. Lack of authentication of transactions, you can write. These all are the people common points available. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Can we proceed to the next question now? Please, sir. Okay. Let's go for the people next question now. 13th. Sir, very simple question. Just by looking towards the digital payment now, we are extremely happy because in digital payments there is only 3 questions. Methods of digital payment, then advantages and then disadvantages. See this. Digital payment system is growing, people, exponentially with the evolving payment methods. Further, rising the use of e-commerce, enhanced broadband connectivity and emergence of new technologies. Discuss the various advantages and the drawbacks of digital payment. So chatted, let us continue. Yes, sir. Come on. Question number what? Sir, question number is 13. Okay, so question number 13 will give the heading over here, digital payments. We'll divide this digital payments, people, into 2 parts. First part we are going to cover what? Sir will cover the advantages. Second part will cover the limitations. First, see, people, advantages. Now chartered, tell me, with a debit card and credit card, people are and use of people, mobile wallet, use of people, UPI payment system, Aadhaar enabled payment system, are you carrying a lot of cash now in your pocket? No, sir. Why? Because, sir, everywhere digital payment acceptance is growing like anything. India is at the number 1 people to make the digital payment. The whole world has become the people fan of India. How you had changed the entire economy from the we were earlier, before demonetization, we were operating people highly on a cash basis, and now people we are operating people highly on the digital currency basis. So this is people total change. The payment got digitalized, people, and obviously the first and foremost the benefit is what, people, why one is ready to accept the payment digitally, because it's a very easy and convenient. So first one will write it down, what charted? Sir, easy, and lot of it involves what charted? Sir, convenient. Yes or no? Yes, sir. We do not require to carry nowadays, people, a lot of cash with you. One can easily, people, enjoy the mobile payment systems. Wallets are also there. Number 2, people, sir, pay or send money anywhere. Pay or send money anytime and from anywhere. Suppose, people, if I am in Mumbai and if I want to make a payment to merchant who is sitting in, people, Delhi, will it create the problem now? No, sir. With a digital payment, one person can make the payment from anywhere to anywhere of his choice. So number 1, it's, sir, easy and convenient. Number 2, pay or send money anywhere. Number 3, sir, government has also taken the initiative that government provides a discount. Government provides what? Sir, discount from taxes. As you know very well, people, government has done what? Sir, government says if you make the payment through this one, cards, okay, for your fuel, we will give you surcharge waive off. Yes, sir. Or the second, people, option, like if you are making the payment especially to insurance companies digitally, insurance company gives the people certain discounts to you. Especially government agencies are doing, people, well, because government wants to promote the people what? Sir, digital. payments. Do you agree with me? Example, people, you know very well, just like in the form of penalty, which will not be the part of here, but if you are not paying the toll through FASTag, then people on counter, you are supposed to pay the double. Understood? Yes, sir. So number one, easy and convenient, pay or send money from anywhere, people. It provides a lot of what, people? Sir, discount from the taxes. Fourth, very important one, people, it provides return records. Return records. If people, cash is given in your hand now, and after some time, if someone asks us where you spend the cash, we have to think it, people, on a very serious way. Bro, I went here, then I went to this shop, then I pay cash here also, I paid cash here also. In between, don't miss that shop. But child, if you are making the payment digitally, either the wallet is maintaining the record or the bank account system is maintaining the record, and you are completely free from maintaining the return records. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So easy and convenient, pay or send money from anywhere, people, discount from taxes, return records are available. If chartered, use this digital payment very wisely now, then believe me, people, it is of less risk. Sir, how can you say it's a less risk? Chartered, tell me, if I forgot my debit card in the shop, understood? And if I keep people tap option off, is anyone is going to take the money out of it? No, sir, because it is pin protected. Correct, chartered? So moral of the story is what, chartered? Sir, digital payments are less risky, but condition is what? If used wisely. Do not click, people, any link which is coming from the unknown source, and do not enter the people UPI pin while receiving the money. Many people makes this mistake, people. And that's what, people, sir, if it is used wisely, if it is used with a certain people proper operating guidance and instructions, then 110% it's a really people helpful, and it's a less risky. Last but not the least, people, one can easily also one more benefit he can enjoy, people, that is what, sir, competitive advantage. Competitive advantage over the rivals. How, people, competitive advantage comes over here? Sir, very simple, sir. If the person who is not accepting the digital payment will not get the good number of consumers. The reason, nowadays consumer wants a lot of convenience. They want people a lot of convenient way to make the payments. So the one who is accepting the digital, the people prefers that shop, people, the most. So if you are accepting the payment digitally, it will automatically give you the benefit of what? Sir, it will automatically give us the benefit of competitive advantage over our competitors. Sir, it's very easy, very simple. Last but not the least, chartered, sir, it is a environmental benefit or environmental friendly. Sir, how it is environment friendly? Chartered, we do not require to print the currencies only. Certain lakhs crores rupees we spend, people, every year to replace the paper currency which is not fit for the circulation, as well as printing the new currency. But if the digital payment got, people, so much popularized, we don't supposed to print the currency only, and which will automatically, people, reduces what? Sir, cost of printing, which we anyway can use, people, in order to strengthen, in order to, people, make our online payments more secured. Yes, sir. So tell me, what are the advantages? Come on. Sir, easy and convenient, pay or send money from anywhere, discount from taxes, people, return records are available, less risky if used wisely, that is very important. One can enjoy the competitive advantage in the competitive market over competitors, and sir, it's a too much environmental friendly. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. But sir, every coin is having two sides. Don't forget this. Okay. So let us now, people, we are going to discuss only and only limitations. What are the limitations, chartered? Sir, very simple. If the person is not coming from the technical background, he will never ever understand the online payments. It is very difficult, people, for illiterate to teach this. So first major problem that we face is what? Sir, it is very difficult for non-technical person. What you will say? Sir, difficult for a non-technical person. You know, people, we are supposed to educate them, and it will be done through programs and everything. But generally, if you talk to the person who is not, people, technology oriented, he clearly says that I don't understand this digital payments and payment through mobile app and all. No. I want only cash. So it is a very difficult for what, people? Sir, it is a very difficult for a non-technical person. Second, as we know, people, Sir, risk of data theft or data loss? Yes, sir. Sir, that is one of the major cause where the people are generally staying away from making the online payments. Why, Chartered? Because, sir, generally the data gets easily hacked. Yes. Third, people, the problem, which is actually the genuine problem now, it's what? Sir, overspending. Overspending. Standard earlier, what used to happen? We have to go to bank, people. I mean to say the branch. We will withdraw the salary from there. Yes, sir. And then people, we are supposed to make the payments. Yes, yeah, no? Yes, sir. But nowadays, people, with the easy and convenient, just scanning the QR code and making the payment, people, has actually asked us to spend more. Because of the easy people method of spending, the people are spending more. When the spending more, it's a demand increases, price increases, and even people, it invites inflation also. Because of people, sometimes we started purchasing people even the unnecessary things. But when the physical cash is available now, every time before making the payment, I count the balance notes available with me, the balance cash available with me. And people, it automatically says me very clearly, bro, you have very less cash right now with you, don't spend for this. But with easy and convenient people scanning the QR code system, it leads to what? Sir, overspending. So first one, sir, it is very difficult for a non-technical person. Number two, sir, chances of data loss cannot be avoided. Number three, sir, it leads to overspending. That is also the major problem. Number four, Chartered, disputed transaction. Sir, what is a disputed transaction? Chartered, in online payment, due to technical issues or maybe the server failure or anything, okay, there is a chances that the payment may gets deducted from the one person account but doesn't get credited into another person account. Due to sometimes the network issues, people, the payment gets delayed also. And over there, people, one problem arises, that is a disputed transaction. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir, it's very simple one. Next one, sir, it increases business cost. Sir, why it is increasing the business cost? Can you please tell us? Hey, Chartered, come on, once again, people. Sir, the thing is very simple. Business cost increases because of one thing. Whenever suppose the people POS machine has been purchased, POS machine, yes. Generally, this machine, point of sales machine, card swiping machine, yes, sir. It is given by whom? Sir, bank. So bank will charge the deposit. Then bank will charge people maintenance charge. Bank will charge the rent also. Then people, every time when you swipe the card, bank charges 2%. Merchant fees also. So generally people, when the digital payments is people incurring the expenses for the business either tries to people share this expense with the consumer. So whenever you are swiping the card now, many shopkeeper tells you, sir, 2% extra will be charged. I hope you got it what I mean to say. Yes, sir. And that is what, sir, it increases the business cost. It is actually increasing the cost of doing business. Understood? Yes, sir. And many people generally therefore prefers to accept the payment only and only in cash. Thanks to UPI, which is till now free, so that one can find very easy to make the transfer of funds, people. So difficult for a non-technical person, data loss, overspending, disputed transaction, increases business cost, and people, very important one, sir, requirement of internet connection. Without internet connection, people, payment methods won't work. No doubt, we have a UPI Lite method, people, by which the payment can be done. USSD, unstructured supplementary service data method, where the internet is not required. But in most of the cases, people, internet is required. And if the internet is not available or if the internet is not working, in that case, people, the digital payments does not get successfully done. So these are the limitations, people. Can you please repeat it? Sir, difficult for a non-technical person. Data loss, theft, duplications cannot be avoided. Overspending is a major cause, sir. Disputed transactions are there, which generally takes 3 days or 4 days on the bank end to resolve the people these issues. Then people, it increases the cost of doing the business because every time all the digital payments are generally charged by the bank. And finally, people, sir, it requires internet connection. Need for internet connection. If the internet connection is not there, sir, one cannot access the digital payment benefit. Am I very clear to you? Yes, sir. So my dear charters, now we are going to see chapter number 5. Sir, core banking system? Yes, chartered. Sir, it's a bumper gift. Yes, chartered. It's a bumper gift. See this. Chapter number 5, we are going to discuss people regarding what? Sir, regarding the core banking system. Are you ready for the same? Yes, sir. Let us discuss the core banking system. Sir, in core banking system, what do you think shall be the key features? For what? Sir, for full-fledged security policy that need to be developed and implemented to ensure the confidentiality, integrity and availability of data information. So people, they are asking us what? Sir, what are the key features of the security system that we are supposed to implement in a business? Now charted, the answer is very simple actually, generic. And people, again I would like to say the same thing. Sir, for how many marks this question has been asked? Suppose 6. So how many people key features you are supposed to write? Sir, 6. Correct. I hope you got it people. Not more than that, not less than that. Okay sir, come on. Question number 14. Okay. Key features for cyber security. Now generally people, we know that one thing that we should always ensure in every people computerized environment for the data is 3 things. Sir, confidentiality, integrity and availability. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes sir. Under any condition people, if your confidentiality, integrity or availability of data gets affected, then chances of people data wrong, obviously decision wrong, can be increased. So what we are supposed to people take care of here people for the best security? Sir, the first and foremost, bank should implement, it's an implementation of people specific email domain. Sir, what is a specific email domain? Whatever the communication bank is doing people, that has to be done people with a one proper server only, with a one proper domain only people. One ID should be dedicated for all the communication. A bank should not use the different IDs people in order to communicate with the customers on a very different manner. Like example, maximum time you had seen people, the bank uses the common people what? Sir, email domain, which is anyway one of the very important way to protect the data's confidentiality, integrity and availability. Second, one more thing people, which you can always make sure that you can use the people anti-phishing and people anti-malware softwares. I hope you clear with this. Yes sir. Number 2, sir, we can keep the two-factor authentication on. Two-factor authentication. Sir, apart from user ID and password now, sir, fingerprint, thumb impression people, or the iris scanners, face detection or people code system, something should be used people over and above the one common method people, so that we can 100% make sure that the person is genuine and should be allowed or must be allowed with the system access. So first one, sir, implementation of bank specific email domain along with the anti-phishing and anti-malware softwares. Number 2, sir, two-factor authentication must be kept on. Number 3, sir, bank should have a proper password management policy. Proper password management policy. Sir, proper password management policy means we remember your 3C. Yes sir, your password should have how many characters? Sir, 3 characters. Complex, confidential and third one, regular to change. Do you agree with me? You should always keep the people password which is a complex enough that one cannot easily guess. Number 2, you should not share your password with anyone, that is a people 110% keeping the what? Sir, confidentiality of the password. And number 3 people, do not keep the same password for a longer period of time. You always required to change the password after the interval time. Do you agree with me? Or on a regular interval basis, I mean to say. Sir, understood. Fourth one, sir, if you want to reduce the risk of security threat, then you should always provide the effective training to employees. Effective training to employees. Employees must be trained very clearly people, yes or no? Yes sir, they must be trained very properly. Yes sir, they should always be aware about the new threats and vulnerabilities that might be entering into the business. Yes sir, they should be provided with a proper people understanding that they should not click on the any link people which is coming from the unknown source. Yes sir. So number 1 is what? Sir, implementation of specific email domain including the people anti-phishing, anti-malware. Number 2, two-factor authentication must be kept on. Number 3, sir, there must be a proper password management policy in an organization which enforces the selection of a good password people. Number 4, sir, effective training to employees required. Number 5th, people, effective reporting mechanism. Effective reporting mechanism. Sir, what do you mean by the reporting mechanism? Sir, there must be a properly, clearly defined authority chartered to whom you are going to submit the report in case if you found something wrong. At least chartered, if something is found wrong or if something is going wrong, I should know the proper authority to whom I am going to report. If I don't know to whom I am report people, then it will be a troublesome to me only. Yes, sir. So first one, sir, implementation of bank specific email domain. Second, anti-phishing, anti-malware. Sir, it is covered in the first point only. Number 2, sir, we should keep always the two-factor authentication on. Apart from the user ID and password, the user must supposed to people provide one more identity through maybe the PIN or pattern, or maybe the people face detection, maybe the people fingerprints, iris scanners, or any method people. Yes, sir. Then, sir, third one, sir, proper password management is required. Fourth one, sir, effective training to employees needed. Fifth one, sir, effective reporting mechanism is the most important and essential thing. Then chartered, very important one is effective change management. Sir, can you please tell me what is the effective change management over here? Chartered, Jigar sir always says one thing. Change with a change, before the change will change you. Yes or no? Yes, sir. And here people also, whenever the changes are required in a business organization, maybe people technical changes are required, maybe some business process is required to be modified or anything, then such change people first must be checked appropriately, and then only people it should be implemented in the business. Direct changes people may cause harm to the entire process. So the change must be first evaluated, required or not required. After change the system is people getting improved results or not, that all things must be checked, and then only the such change must be approved. Do you agree with me? Sir, obviously. Then chartered, it comes to what? Sir, configuration updates. Configurational updates. Sir, configuration update means what? Or we can say that people robust configuration management. Whenever people three things change, sir, what are the three things that changes? Whenever the people regulation changes, so there is a regulatory changes. Sir, point number 1 is clear. Number 2, sir, whenever there is a technology changes, yes, sir. So technology changes are there. And number 3, my dear chartered, which is a very, very, very important people, when the business changes. In these 3 cases now people, we are supposed to change what? Sir, configuration of the software. So robust configuration, very strict configuration is required, and it will be changed only under the 3 conditions. Whenever the regulatory condition changes, technological condition changes, or the business changes, then only people such changes must be permitted. I hope it's clear to you. It's very clear. Then chartered, we can also have a what people? Sir, proper maintenance of audit logs and regular review of this audit logs, so we can understand what went wrong where. I hope it's clear to you. Come on, chartered. 8 points are very simple, very easy to remember. These are the key features in order to make your IT environment very safe and secured in core banking system. Number 1, sir, implementation of the specific email domain, including of what, chartered, you will remember? Sir, including we will remember that bank should make sure that they should have a proper anti-phishing and anti-malware softwares. Number 2, sir, two-factor authentication. Number 3, sir, proper password management is required. Fourth one, proper training to employees required. Fifth one, sir, effective reporting mechanism is required to be set. Number 6, effective change management is required. Number 7, robust configuration mechanism is required. And number 8, sir, we are supposed to prepare the proper audit logs. Am I very clear to all? Yes, sir. Now we'll see the next question, my dear chartered. Sir, what is the question? Discuss the process of authorization of any credit card issued by a customer. So people, how the credit card which is issued to the customer gets authorized with a payment mechanism system, we are supposed to say this. Let's try to understand people in a very simple way. Here, let's take an example. Question number, sir, question number is 15. Okay. We'll see people. Let's take example. Here we have a customer. Who we have? Sir, customer. Okay. Mr. A. Okay. Now Mr. A had purchased the certain goods people, say from ABC Enterprise. So from ABC Enterprise people, He has purchased a certain goods, yes or no? Yes, sir. Now he is supposed to make what? Sir, he is supposed to make the payment. So he is going to make the payment through what? Sir, credit card. So people, over there, we are having the POS machine. What is a POS machine? I hope everyone knows. Yes, sir, it's a point of sales. That is basically credit card swipe machine. Yes, sir. Where people numbers are written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, enter, cancel and all. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Once you people swipe the credit card over here, this machine is actually given by whom? Sir, this is given by the merchant's bank to merchant, yes or no? So let's take the very simple example that this data goes to people Axis Bank. Which bank? Axis Bank. And Axis Bank is whose bank? Sir, Axis Bank is the merchant's bank. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. Now Axis Bank once get this people data na, was card number we got it, CVV number, card verification value number and everything. Once the people merchant bank gets all this detail, merchant bank, this is a merchant's bank, will forward this data people to card association. Forward this data to where people? Sir, forward this data to card association. Now people, when I am talking about the card association, what it means? Sir, Visa, Master, Maestro, American Express, RuPay, obviously these are the card association. Card association see, ke boss, the card which got swiped right now in the Axis Bank, okay, or on the POS machine which is given by Axis Bank, this card I had given to which bank? So card association identify the people what? Sir, card association will identify the card issuing bank. Will identify whom? Card issuing bank. Now to understand this thing very simple, suppose Mr. A is having an account in SBI. So SBI has issued the card to Mr. A, yes or no? So people, card issuing bank will be, sir, card issuing bank will be SBI. Understood? Yes, sir. Now card issuing bank people will check the account holder's detail. Will check the account holder details, including people, if it is a debit card, suppose, so we'll check the what? Balance available. And if it is a credit card, then we'll see the credit limit. Once the credit limit and everything gets verified, people, what we had verified? Tell me please. Sir, we had verified the credit limit. Because we are learning the credit card, na? Yes. Subsequently, people, your limit will be now reduced because the payment will be taken from you people. I mean to say, your limit will be reduced. In short, the bank is making the payment on behalf of you. So people, here, credit limit will be reduced, yes or no? This data goes to whom? Sir, card issuing bank. Card issuing bank forward this data to, sir, card association. And card association people makes the payment to merchant. Got it, people? Yes, sir. Finally, merchant got the money, yes or no? Yes, sir. Agreed. And finally, chartered, this card issuing bank will charge to Mr. A at the end of the month with a credit card statement. So how to write it down? Sir, first the customer swipe the credit card for the purchases made by the customer. For the purchases made by the customer. Yes or no? Where he is going to swipe this card? Sir, on POS machine. POS machine will process this transaction and forward it to merchant bank. Merchant bank forward this people entire data to the, sir, card association or the credit card network, we called it as people. The credit card network authenticate the transaction and forward it to card issuing bank. The card issuing bank people will validate, will reduce the people credit limit of the customer to the extent and forward this data people back to the card association. Card association people makes the payment, or I mean to say the bank will people get the confirmation for the payment from the card association, and bank will subsequently credit the funds in the merchant's account. And at the people month end, what will happen? Sir, statement will be generated by the card issuing bank, that is SBI, send it to the customer and collect the cash. I hope it's clear to you. Yes, sir. And hereby people, our RTP for EIS May 2023 attempt comes to an end. I would like to wish you people all the very best for your upcoming exams, people. Thank you.